Hi there! Here's the second part of the video on how to make compost tea from your worm castings. When I last left you off, we had a bunch of material on a tarp like this on the kitchen floor. It's now been drying for quite some time, but 2 days will generally do it. The material is just kind of little small pieces like that, and what you want to do is break this up into very small pieces. Not dust necessarily, but small pieces. Make sure there's nothing else in here, rocks, pebbles, whatever may have gotten in there. At this point, there are not going to be any worms in here because it's been dried out, and if there were any worms in here, they'd be dead. I'm going to show you a few different ways that you can make compost tea depending on how you want to do it. Ultimately, I want to get mine into these containers here with little spray tops like that. But you can also make big buckets of it and then pour it into small containers, or those are basically the two ways. For something like this, what I want to do is make sure that the filter or that the tea bag can actually make it into this little opening here. So I am going to be using coffee filters. We have a bunch of them around here that don't actually fit our coffee maker, so that's a great use or reuse for those. You can also buy tea bags, you can use an old pillowcase, old dress socks that don't have a match. So for this, what we need is going to be some sort of filter, some string, a stapler, and a scissors. I'm going to cut down my filter from this to this, and get two little filters out of that. Take my well broken up material and put as much in there as I can while trying to know that I have to close it. So you're just going to fill this up with your broken up material. Get a piece of string. Put that in there, and then roll this up just like you're making a little burrito. The finer broken up the material is, the better, and that way you can kind of move it around within this bag. I'm going to fold over the edges so that nothing can get out, and then just start stapling it shut. That's ridiculous. When you're done, you're going to end up with a piece like this, a little string attached to the bottom of it, and that is the tea bag for something that's going to be this size. So you'll fill this then with the tea bag and the water, and give it a couple of shakes, and then just let it sit out for 24 hours. And the more you shake it, the better. When you're ready to use it after 24 hours, you can just pull the tea bag out and give it a spray on your plants. You want to either spray it on the leaves of the plant, or you can just make a little pool and use this as like a watering solution. The color that you're looking for is going to be something like this. So more like a well-brewed tea, kind of a darker brewed tea. Something like this in a gallon of water, or a couple of these in a 5-gallon pickle bucket, and then you can use that on outdoor plants, or if you have a big garden, that's fantastic for it. If you go to the WHYY page that I've linked to, they'll show you how to make a fermented compost tea. However, that's not the kind of tea that we're making here. This tea should be used within 24 hours or 3 days if you're keeping it in the fridge. I put compost tea on all of my plants before I left for Christmas break, and I came back and they were growing out of control. New shoots everywhere, the leaves looked awesome, so it's amazing stuff. And although it's a little bit of a hassle to make it initially, once you've got a bunch of these tea bags made, then you can just store them dry and use them whenever you need them. So this whole pile here is probably going to last me for at least the rest of the year. Me and some friends. If you have any other questions about how to make compost tea, let me know. You can always send me an email. Also, if you have a failed worm bin experiment, let me know. If you're in the Madison area, I'll come and pick it up for you. I've got plenty of space here. I'll take on more compost bins. Fantastic. Or if you have any comments and you want to tell me I'm doing it wrong, I would appreciate that too. But it seems to be working pretty well.